Why is Harry Reid the top guy in the Senate? I don't mean this as an existential question. I mean it in small bore factual terms. How did Harry Reid end up back in the Senate this year? He ran in the state with the worst unemployment in the country. Polls said he was really unpopular. There was a huge voter swing against Democrats this year. His opponent had a ton of money. She used that money to blanket the state with brutal over-the-top ads accusing Reid of everything short of murder, and she only just stopped short of that. But even though the Republican Harry Reid ran against had money and she ran a no-holds-barred campaign, even though all the political winds were blowing the wrong direction for Harry Reid, even though all the polls said he would lose, Harry Reid did not lose. He won. Because come Election Day, the Nevada Republican Party did not show up. Come Election Day, there was a Democratic Party in Nevada working to turn out voters to elect Harry Reid, but there was not a Republican Party in Nevada working to elect Sharon Angle. And that's because there's no real Republican Party in Nevada anymore.
Last year, I had an affair. I violated the vows of my marriage. It's absolutely the worst thing that I've ever done in my life.
But wait till you hear what I did after. The top two elected Republicans in the great state of Nevada were the governor, Jim Gibbons, and Senator John Ensign. Governor Gibbons, felled by sex and ethics scandals, was voted out of office in his own primary. Senator Ensign, also dogged by his own blockbuster sex and ethics scandal. And when the top two statewide office holders in your party are Jim Gibbons and John Ensign, your party falls apart. And ta-da, Harry Reid beats the spread by a mile and keeps his Senate seat on Election Day. So if you like Harry Reid still being in the Senate instead of Sharon Angle, you in part have Senator Ensign's sex and ethics scandal to thank for that. And there's news on that scandal today. As you know, Senator Ensign admitted to stooping a staffer while he was supposed to be busy chairing the Republican Party's national Senate campaign in 2008. That year, Mr. Ensign had a gigantic, complicated affair with his staffer who was married to his best friend, who was also his staffer. And while that was all going on, under John Ensign's rather distracted leadership, the Republican Party lost 8 Senate seats. Both of the staffers embroiled in this mess quit, and then the husband of the employee John Ensign had been stooping, supposedly his previous best friend, turned up as a lobbyist sooner than the law allows congressional staffers to make that particular career change, and he got that lobbying gig allegedly with John Ensign's help. Then it turned out that John Ensign's parents also gave the family of the mistress and the brand new lobbyist husband $96,000. A gift, they said. A whim. It was next to the register. They just picked it up on impulse. That led to some rather obvious accusations that the senator had broken some finance laws. So there's John Ensign, Nevada's highest-ranking Republican official who is not the scandal-ridden governor, fending off investigations by the Federal Elections Commission, by the Senate Ethics Committee, and by the Department of Justice. Today, none of the facts of the John Ensign scandal have changed, but we can report that his actions appear to have moved at least one step closer to legal. The senator's office saying in a statement today that the Justice Department has dropped its criminal investigation of John Ensign. Quote, Senator Ensign is certainly pleased that the Department of Justice no longer views him as a target in their investigation. Of the 3 investigations into the John Ensign sex and ethics scandal, this is the second one to be called off. The Federal Election Commission dismissed its complaint against John Ensign last month, saying commissioners had voted to close his file. That leaves the Ethics Committee in the United States Senate as the lone remaining body still trying to figure out the details here. What the $96,000 gift was all about. Was that really a coincidence, really? And how'd the mistress's husband get those lobbying gigs with those John Ensign-linked companies when John Ensign was looking to make his "I'm sorry I stooped your wife" apologies at the time? Senator Ensign's office today said that now that the Department of Justice appears to be ending its Ensign investigation, the senator hopes the Ethics Committee soon follows suit. I'm sure he does hope that. We will keep you posted.